The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Red is like the biggest adult you know. He's so intense. You step forward, and Red nods as he crouches down. Okay, I'm a manticore stalking you through the forest. What do you do? Run the hell away. There's a smattering of laughter among the other students, but you have to live your truth. If you see a manticore, you are out. Red doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Hell yeah. Hello everyone, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more content like this. And without any further ado, let's get back to exploring just outside the colony. Thank you to Dice for showing us how we can get out. We've got maybe one more event left in us before we have to return. Simply because, you know, we're too stressed, man. Can't go any further here without doing that one. We could go further to the left where we had Dice's event. I think if we do this guy here, then we can actually, like, travel here a bit freer. So we're going to do this one. A large woolly blue creature is floating here, a meter off the ground. It seems to be upside down, which is causing it some distress. Its segmented legs kick uselessly in the air as it tries to right itself. This must be a float cow. The colony is working on domesticating these, although you haven't seen one up close before. Her slitted eyes look at you imploringly. She makes a helpless lowing noise and tries again to flip over, but she can't. Animals 10 or Animals 20. I don't want to pop it. Fuck no. Okay, I guess we can't do that one just yet. What about... No, that one's still blocking us. Alright, sure, what's this? At the top of a rise off to the east, you think you spot someone watching you. They're dressed in black. Is that Dice? But they look too tall to be Dice. Oh, it's Utopia. Maybe another surveyor? You blink and the figure is gone. Hike over there and look for clues. You bushwhack down into a valley and end up the other path to where you thought you saw them standing. No sign of a camp or anything obvious like a dropped pack. No note saying I'm watching you. Signed, mysterious figure. Spooky. Mysterious stranger 1. I'm willing to bet that that's Utopia. Yeah, we gotta go back now. We have 99 stress. Okay, let's do so. Gonna need to de-stress again. Exploring is scary. +2 bravery, +1 perception. We really upped our bravery and perception there. I'm pleased. Sadly, we're gonna have to take the month off. Dice is perched up on a big rock, silently watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. What do I have? Medicinal roots. I should have 2 of these, I think. 2 owned, yeah. A mushwood and the bobber fruit. I know I need a break soon, don't worry. You tell Tangent you know where Dice has been going. You tell her he's been sneaking out to explore the jungle. Not far away, but outside the walls. Tange looks concerned. Really? She says, wringing her hands. Is it safe? I'll keep him safe. Yay. She eyes you skeptically. Full offense, Garrett, but you're just a kid, she replies. However, I suppose it's good to know he isn't alone out there. Nothing new, okay. Yo, Cal, what's up, my guy? Cal is kicking a ball against a garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back towards him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. Anemone and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working in the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? I don't want to just play all the time, like Anemone. Alright. Hi, Daddy. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flowering garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes runny and red. Ooh, he's got allergies. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People are hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Garrett, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. Yeah, I know, you don't need to tell me to de-stress. I'm on it, homie. You spot Mars tapping away at a hollow screen. She appears to be trying different clothing options on a digital doll maker. Look, Garrett, she says, showing you her work. You can look like anything you want. I always thought I would look good with this. Horns, maybe? She hums. Maybe I can ask engineering about it. I didn't say that in her voice, but that's okay. We're just going to ignore that. Anemone, you got anything for me? Nope. Alright. Let's go lounge about. Nothing much happened this month. You spend most of the time spacing out to whatever's on your hear speak, occasionally nodding hello to the other colonists passing through. You binge a few seasons of a show you've been meaning to rewatch. Relatable. No, why would we want to forget either of those? And we are in pollen. Okay, so we're still in pollen. Nothing new with tangent or dice or anemone or Cal. Oh, this is new. Cal's doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do child pose and downward dog. He flops over and lies on his back. This one is my favorite, though. That's cool. Good for you, dude. Ooh, hi there. Lots of medicinal roots. I should maybe try giving a few. Here, Cal, why don't you have some roots, my dude? My gift. Doesn't much care. Neat! Cal exclaims, taking her gift and peering at it inquisitively. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I love it. Thank you. Well, at least he's happy about it. Why don't you have some roots too? Maybe you can study them. Well, she kind of liked them. This is interesting, is all Tanch says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. No, really, she protests when she sees the look on your face. I'm going to analyze these roots to see if they have any useful properties. They might be medicinal. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. She likes medicinal roots. That's cool. Hey, do you want my mushwood log? She looks at the offering. Thanks! Alright, I think we're gonna take those self-defense classes. What's that give us? Combat, animals, friendship with anemone, and stress. Yeah, it'd be nice to have. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points at the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Hell yeah, we're stepping forward. The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Red is like the biggest adult you know. He's so intense. You step forward, and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, I'm a manticore stalking you through the forest. What do? Run the hell away. There's a smattering of laughter among the other students, but you have to live your truth. If you see a manticore, you are out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Hell yeah. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony. Mostly stun gloves and batons, with a few plas rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. One slot will turn cards physical. Okay. I can live with that. That's not quite good enough. What if we just do this instead? It's a 15, which isn't very good. That's an 18, though, which is better. I guess we'll have to take the 18. Yeah, I don't want to use any of those up. Apparently that was the best we could have done. Okay. Wasn't a super win, but we'll take it. 3 animals. Combat is up. That's good. More friendship with our girl Anemone. You're finished breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you, eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what today is. You're right, I don't know. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Dice and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Most of that is not correct. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dice snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. It kind of sounds like fun. Kel nods, clapping his hands excitedly. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day, or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. I mean, I'm not going with you. Sorry, girl. Not this playthrough. Anemone's kicking a sports ball from foot to foot without letting it touch the ground. She fakes like she's going to pass it to you, then kicks it sideways and runs over to catch it before you get there. Too slow! You're too slow! She giggles. Do you really want to be BFFs with this silly girl? Okay, so we have to pick a BFF. Need reasoning 10 or greater. Tangent is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her hollow palm, where you have to match falling numbers into correct equations. Well, that is an important decision. Cal is standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down the dirt on one side. It's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mudslide, he exclaims. He grabs a piece of sheet metal and slides down the dirt pile like he's riding a surfboard. Mud goes everywhere. He jogs back up and hands you the sheet of metal. You try now. Not committing to being best friends, but I definitely want to try that. You make it down without bailing, but get mud splattered all over your legs. It is pretty fun though, like a hoverboard, but crunchier. Okay, you can come back whenever and use the mudslide. I don't mind. I'll be here. You spot your dad looking longingly towards the forest. You ever think about what's out there? He muses. There could be anything. We don't even know. He sighs and leans on his rake. And I'm stuck here, pushing dirt around. You learned at a young age not to sneak up on your mom. She's jumpy and gets kind of mean if someone surprises her. That's how she's always been, and you never questioned it. You always make sure to walk a little more heavy when she hasn't noticed you yet. Honestly, I can definitely relate to that. My mom hates being scared. I used to really love jumping out and scaring people, but I had to learn to not do that with her, or she would absolutely go ballistic. And lately, the last couple years, when I'm approaching from the other side of the apartment where she can't see me, like if she's in the kitchen, I'll announce loud approaching noises as I get closer. Just, because it's loud approaching noises. I have startled her accidentally too many times, and although each one was absolutely hilarious, Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to come ask her to be their BFF, but she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's tapping her foot while kind of idly looking around at nothing. Mars looks totally hurt for a second, then says, I'm booked anyway, no room for more friends. Goodbye. I hope someone picks her. I mean, that's the kind of thing, that's kind of the problem with, things like this, is someone's always going to end up feeling left out. You find Dice watching the jungle through a gap in the fence, kicking the dirt with his toe. He's quiet when you walk up. He must be in one of his moods. We're not asking him to be best friends, we're just hanging out. You sit and watch the jungle with him for a while. You ask if he sneaks out there often. Dice nods quietly. A few times, yeah. There's a way through behind the garrison building. You both sit in silence again for a long while, until he breaks it by saying, It's really nice out there. Dice doesn't look up, but he does mumble a goodbye. That's progress. Okay, it's between, the three I said I wanted to focus on. Ah, damn, this is tough. Anemone is kind of the friend we chose at the start. Yeah, we'll go for it. +2 friendship. You offer Anemone some soy sweets. She stuffs one in her cheek, then bumps you with her shoulder so hard you nearly fall over. Sounds cool, she says as you rub your arm. Okay, best friend. Tag, you're it! I have picked a friend. Cool. Alright, what do we want to do this month? Our stress isn't that high. I would like to maybe go do a bit more exploring, but for now, we should maybe focus on getting our animals up. Sounds like we really need it out there. We could do more classes or sports ball. 2 persuasion, 2 creativity, 2 engineering, or 2 reasoning, 1 engineering, 2 biology, 1 reasoning. Persuasion's at 14. Yeah, we'll do a month of humanities. You're bringing supplies to Medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent, curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tange sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. Whoa! Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps. Just like a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I guess we've learned her augment. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. There was a test? Me, I flunked it, Anemone says matter-of-factly. No biggie, though. If I didn't have to sleep, I'd probably play games instead of studying anyway. Tange's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. 5 kudos if total equals goal? No! We're going for the super win! What do you think this is? I mean, that's not really much of a super win if you ask me. I guess we'll go for it, though. Got the best score we could. I don't need your extra pity kudos for not getting the best score. What do you think this is? It's a joke to you. Hey, we're in dust. Oh, yo, girl, have some more roots. Same line as before, that's fine. Anything else out here? Oh, hey, Mars, what's up? Mars, aww. Mars is in a huff. Ah, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. Aww. She crosses her arm and scowls at you. Why is Anemone so popular all of a sudden? She doesn't even try. All she thinks about is sports ball. Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Tammy probably would have been your best friend. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, making the usually lush Vertumnan jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up, and home after your sleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry, your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mum and I are gathering crops from an actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Sure. He shows you around the rows of corns and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you'd expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertumnalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Garrett. Yeah, and win again. Okay. Anything else new? I think I'm ready to go back out exploring again. Rip the lack of animals, but I mean, we'll get more out there, I'm sure. Yeah, let's go outside. Would have been best to go out with max no stress? Does that make sense? Like our stress all the way down? Hi, the colony outskirts. How you doing? Any collectibles? I don't know if they actually respawn out here. Oh, hi there. Yeah, go get that one. They must, because that wasn't there before. I'm nearly positive. Well, we've got another bunch of roots to give to Tange. Oh yeah, there was over here. Sure, we'll go a bit further this way. Ahead of you, the road curves right, and there's a steep hill leading off to the left. You bet there's a really great view from the top of it, but it's going to be a scramble to get up there. +5 stress. You leave your pack in some bushes at the base, so you'll be lighter on your feet, and start the trek. It's tiring, and even steeper than it looked from the bottom, but some broad mushroom-capped trees provide shade. The view from the top is spectacular. You can see all the way to the colony walls in one direction, and down to a little sawmill in the other. Then you spot it. The most perfect boulder you've ever seen, teetering right on the edge of the slope you just climbed up. It's almost as tall as you are. It must weigh at least 2,000 kilos. But it's practically teetering there. And you think with enough muscle you could push it over. That seems like a really bad idea. We're probably going to crush the sawmill or our pack or something awful, but we're going to do it. There comes a time in every childhood that one must take life by the horns and just push the rock. Exactly. You shove it with all your might, digging your toes into the hard ground and leaning in. The rock starts to slide. Yeah, I knew it. And suddenly it's off with a satisfying lurch, catapulting down the hill, rolling faster and faster, crashing through bushes and... Aw, damn your pack. The rock just rolled right over it. We lost a bit of money out of that, and we got some extra stress, unfortunately. You make your way down the hill to retrieve your bag, now completely destroyed, along with all its contents. Ah, shoot. You're gonna have to have a hard time explaining this one to your parents, and you're going to need a new pack. Plus, we got some extra stress out of that. That wasn't a good choice, I don't think. But that's fine. It's childhood. You gotta make a few mistakes. Like it said, there comes a time in every child's life when you just need to push the rock. And so we did. We pushed that rock. Ooh, hi there. Oh cool, we're on the other side of this obstacle. What is it? A nearby pond is dammed up and washed out the path here. The path continues on the other side. 27. Might be able to finish it out here? Almost. Definitely want to use that if we can. So that gets everything on there. It gives us the super goal. What if we... 18 to 18? Oh, no. 14 to 18. That's way better. Nice. You bravely fall in and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. We can do maybe one more, and hopefully it's not a stressful one. Yeah, we might as well finish opening up this path. You let your mind wander as you're walking and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent, the sticky fronds are hard to see, but even harder to ignore, especially once they start glomming onto your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of this blob grass field. And there aren't many, just an absence of other vegetation. Kind of a meh first round. What if we... That's not bad. And then if we hit him up with a little bit of this. Could have gotten a 20. That's fine. Up our perception. And we're going to be maxed. Oh, we're going to be at 99 again. There it is. You can hop along from that rock to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You get through the villainous blob grass. You spend a bunch of time on it, though, and it takes some tricky balance. It's tiring. Alright, we'll grab this guy here. I should go home soon? I agree. Sadly. I think that's all we're gonna get. This is where, Tammy's dad was. Tina or something? You sneak up to the expedition's office at the colony gates. Nobody has seen you. Yet. The lively hustle through the gates kind of makes you mix your friends inside. If you want to go home now, you could sneak back through that drain pipe. Is that what going to that is? Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine, we'll go home. I mean, maybe I'll double check to see if there's any more collectibles we can pick up. We didn't go back over this way after all. Anything? That's where that float cow or whatever is. And then I'm fairly certain that that's what a manticore is. So we are leaving. We got some decent stat ups out of that. And a few logs. We gotta find who likes the logs. It's not anemone, cow, or dice. Oof. 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 We're so close. You crawl through the big drainage pipe behind the sports ball pitch, carefully sliding the metal grate back into place behind you. Then... Yep. Now we are over 100 stress. And straight into the barrel of Chief Surveyor Tonin. Well, 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 he says, and tries to put on his sternest look. It fails. We've been wondering where you disappeared to, Garrett. I sent Utopia out with some survey drones to look for you hours ago. You're lucky your parents have been too busy to notice yet. I should probably tell them. You start to sweat. But maybe you've already learned your lesson, he chuckles. His big hand claps you on the shoulder. No more playing outside the gates, okay? I'm sorry. Hopefully we can de-stress a little bit out of that, because we are now at 100 stress. You're too stressed out and need to take a month off. Can't do anything but relax. Okay, that's fair. It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, this Vertumnia just feels different. In a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Eudicott's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring in with us the best facets of humanity. Cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. Those creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the animals. The wildlife, sorry. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers, did you hear? My dad say Eudicott's going to announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls your eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really understand how the kudos system works, considering some of the ways it's been used. There are gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Eudicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Eudicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you in the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Eudicott finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together, we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertumnalia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Toughness, creativity, or science fair? I mean, I'm sure my fans are waiting for me to continue on with the magic show. 2 friendship with Mars, 2 friendship with Dice, and 5 loyalty. Dice and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Mars is a shoo-in for winning with her jazzy, high-energy dance routine, so all eyes are on Dice for daring to compete against her. Dice stands up on stage and clears his throat, and gestures with his arm. From his hollow palm emerges a projection of a ventriloquist dummy. Oh my god, yes. He sits it on his lap and launches into a comedy routine, speaking through the doll with zero filter. The judges all howl at his impersonation of Chief Engineer Instance, but the crowd favored by far is Administrator Seek's thin, self-important voice coming out of the doll, impetuously demanding that not everyone can have perfect scores, they have to be rationed appropriately. Dice looks flustered by all the attention, but proud as well. He bobs in a little bow before leaving the stage to raucous applause. It'll be a hard act to follow. What do? Magic Act! No contest! I don't care about the total equaling the goal. Alright, this is gonna be hard. We can do it. We should use some of our collectibles here, too. Maybe we'll do this instead. Yeah. Okay, we've still got 38 to get to. That's a lot. No, that's not good. What if we do this, and then this? Yeah, I think that might actually be the better idea here. Which means we have 28 to reach here. Plus 2 to a card. Change suit to Brainiac. Okay, what if we did that to this? No, hey now. And then we... did that. It's still only 22, though. Oh, did that not work? I would like that to work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then if we move these over here... Hell yeah! Winning that talent show again. Oh, did I use 2 logs? Is that what happened? Oh, it must have. Yeah, because they're both plus 2. Okay. Yeah. Got our best score, too. At least we're not at 100 stress anymore. Woo! We got another talent show champion. Everyone is amazed by your magic act, especially the one where you pretended to cut one of the judges in half. You win as voted by audience applause. Dice just shrugs and smiles. He didn't mean to win anyway, so there's no hard feelings. Mars, on the other hand, is livid. I worked on my routine for months, she cries, and refuses to shake your hand. Hey man, maybe so did I. Got some de-stress there too. Oh, Mars. I just want to be your friend, girl. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Dice, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax. Much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. Unlock Relax on the Walls in the Garrison. Cool. Mid-dust. Anemone rolls a bobber fruit down her arm and flicks it to you with her elbow, then munches down on one of her own while she watches the construction crews work on the walls. Kinda cool, huh? She says. Soon this place is gonna look like a real colony. I'm busy saving the colony, Tange says, brushing past you. What are you doing? Saving the colony. Being awesome. Take your pick. I don't think we're going to be venturing out again this year, most likely. Especially after we got caught. Mars is leaning over a hollow screen. Chin in hand, she exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. Oh, we already read this one. I see. Cal is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it works for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must have never thought about how babies are made, huh? Huh! Just plant an arm in the ground and a new person grows. Alright, that's probably good for this episode. We'll just double check with the last few people. We are a Sunberry. That's wonderful. Love you, Dad. Garrett, it's good you're here, your mom calls out to you. I could use your help getting these crops harvested before the rainy season. There's a lot of work to do, if you've got some time. Okay, just that one again. How do I get to the walls? Is that where we went to sneak out? Just don't sneak out? No? Alright, what do we want to up? Persuasion might be good. Our creativity is almost at 25, which is awesome. Our bravery has taken a big spike. We love that. Maybe we'll do a bit of running, especially since we've got the kudos being doubled. Oh yeah, we should visit the shop. Food shortfall is 90%. Oh yeah, because we found those tubers. Okay, so that does actually help. Good to know. Supply depot. Let's see what the shop has in store for us. A cake. We've got 46 kudos. Plus 5 to animals, plus 1 to all flushes. That's a gear. Persuasion, bonus to pairs. Biology, bonus to straights. Plus 1 to all social cards. Photo, phonar. Okay. So we can't afford anything, unfortunately, but out of anything, I'm leaning towards the animal book or the doll. And that's just a card. Okay. Well, this is definitely a great spot to leave it off for today. So thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you all tomorrow for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.